Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to dive right in with your reading. See what energies are available for Pisces, please, Spirit. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I'm very happy to have you. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. What do we have for Pisces, please, Spirit? For Pisces. Wow, I saw passion. I saw some passion while I was shuffling. For Pisces, please, Spirit. What do we have for Pisces? For Pisces. What message do you have for Pisces today? Wow. Okay, that one definitely wants us to look at it. All right. This wants us to look at it. Okay, it says nature. Ground yourself. Find a sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elementals. Pisces, I do feel this energy that there's a lot of change happening around you, or there will be very soon. Wow, that card just like flipped around again. It's like reiterating to you, Pisces, nature. If you guys have an affinity for nature, or you have easy access to nature, you might want to spend some time, even just like really watching a sunrise or a sunset, even from inside, if it's cold where you are. I feel the energy of really connecting, possibly even, sometimes spirit sends messages through nature, birds, bugs, ladybugs, butterflies, owls. There are a lot of signs and synchronicities. So it may even be wanting you to pay attention. Like, even if you're at a stoplight and there's a tree and a squirrel, you might watch it. You know what I mean? Or, definitely keep your eyes on traffic and stay vigilant. I'm not suggesting that, but you know what I mean? It's like there may be signs and synchronicities trying to pop out in nature, but I also definitely get the sense of really connecting to yourself, making time to connect to yourself as things begin to open up and change. I keep feeling this energy around you, even when I'm meditating on your energy. It's like helium, like sucking helium. Like, I feel like things are going to be happening that are, really making you happy, or sort of almost, it's really like more of an air type quality than a water type quality. And there may be some need to just stay deeply grounded in who you are and not get carried away with, just, I don't know, because I feel like you want to direct the energy, and if you just enter into the energy of like everything sort of going your way, it's easy to get really happy and to feel like you're really walking on sunshine. And not that that isn't an experience you should allow yourself to have, but there is a way of sort of harnessing that energy and kind of making the most of it, or making sure that you're continuing to make decisions and choices as things start to open up and get kind of exciting for you, that really are founded in your true core belief system, desire, compass kind of a deal. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. Again, I do feel this energy of, you really are not alone. I feel like you are really being guided here. You can see how this girl is asleep on this Pegasus's back, and the Pegasus is just sort of carrying her. And it reminds me of that poem called, I think it's called Footprints. And it's about this person who's saying to God, how could you have let me go through that alone? How could you have, like, that was a horrible, terrible time in my life, or whatever. And God, there's only one set of footprints on the beach. And God said, yeah, because I was carrying you. It's kind of that energy of like, you're being delivered to another time. You're being delivered to a different energy. You're definitely, there is an energy shift around Pisces for sure. And I feel like, you are being led in a direction, and I think it is toward your soul purpose with all this orange around here. There's just this energy of creative new beginnings, giving new life to things, having new opportunities, kind of rising above the obstacles of the past here. And it does feel like, if you feel you've lost your way, or if you feel like you need help making a decision and you've already gone within yourself and you can't really find it there, then ask the angels, ask your support team, show me a sign, give me a symbol. Am I supposed to take this job? Am I supposed to, go out on Friday night? Am I supposed to, whatever it is, let spirit help you. Let your spirit guides help you. Let your angels help you. There are a lot of possibilities around here happening. It's saying raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. It is time for you to see what you can do. I'm getting like a fledgling Pegasus energy here of where it's like you don't really know where those wings can take you. You haven't really seen your own full potential. You haven't really tapped into your own strength, because I feel like the energy around you was maybe like more heavy, and here it's like it's the energy around you is getting lighter and lighter and lighter, and it's like, so the possibilities for where you can go or how far you could go in this energy is a lot different, and it's telling you to test that boundary or to like really go for it in life. Keep in mind, you should always listen to your own intuition. This is a general tarot card reading, but it does really feel, Pisces, like you're going to have some tremendous opportunities or a lot of things opening up for you that are really different than what have happened in the past. And part of this is for you to finally sort of be able to see what you are capable of in brighter days, in easier times. You have patience, and it says, pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. Don't force anything. Don't cling to anything. If it doesn't open up, it is probably not meant to be at this exact moment. And just have some faith, have trust, do what you can, attempt to make the free will decisions that support the direction that you feel you want to go, but really listen to also the direction that the universe is guiding you here to kind of make the most of the potential here. Just take what resonates, guys, and always listen to your own intuition. You do have all the answers within you. That is true. Tarot can give us a lot of great insight, but ultimately, we hold the key to everything inside us. For Pisces, oh my gosh, you guys, there's a lot of possibility around you, a lot of opportunity around you. You have possibilities coming out again. Different deck. Car. Okay. This is a very similar message here, Pisces. I want to clarify this epiphany energy. It says self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. Oh my gosh. Remember when I was shuffling and I said, you guys, I just saw the energy of passion? It jumped out of that deck at me while I was shuffling. You have a new beginning coming in here. For some of you, I feel, well, here's the thing. I actually feel like you have multiple new beginnings coming in. For many of you at this time, I do feel this energy of, you could have things opening up on the work front, or even opening up on travel or moving, or, it's like maybe there's a house that you, or you wanted to buy a house, or you wanted to change your living situation. And it's like, it just didn't work out in the past. It just hasn't worked out, whatever. It's like those things are going to start working out for you here. And so there is definitely this energy of staying grounded in your, sometimes when a lot of possibilities open up, we can get distracted, right? Like we can have kind of charted a course for ourselves, right? But then it's like for example, let's just take the house, okay? And let's say, in your head, you thought, okay, I would be really comfortable buying $100,000 house. I'd be really comfortable with that payment. I'd be really comfortable with that. And you've looked and you found things that you're interested in. I don't even know if that's possible to find something for $100,000 anymore, but I'm just using it as an example. But the thing is, it's like I'm good with that. And then you apply for a loan, and the bank's like, you know what, we're going to approve you for $500,000, Pisces. We think you're fabulous. And all of a sudden, you become distracted by all the houses that are 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, things that you had never considered before. Now, I feel this energy of, yes, that's happening for a reason, but do you really want to go buy a $500,000 house because you got approved for it when what you were really comfortable with was 100,000? Maybe not, but maybe is it worth looking at 200 or 300,000? Maybe. But if you come back to yourself and you evaluate it again yourself, and you don't get carried away by a lot of by sort of the glitz and the glam or whatever, you're not going to I keep seeing the Wheel of Fortune. It feels like maybe you have learned this lesson in the past. Maybe you learned this lesson with a credit card or a car, and the credit card got shut down or the car got repossessed because you went and applied and you got more than you were looking for, and it was actually too much for you. And it's like, this may be where you have the opportunity, when faced with the same situation, to make a different decision and to show that you've learned that lesson and to leave that lesson behind. You know what I'm saying? Or you have the opportunity to repeat the pattern. So it's like, you really want to come back to yourself with this recharge card. You want to clear your mind and kind of breathe, focus on the present moment, and sort of let the energy come to you, reground, reboot, recenter, get back to, okay, here's my path. And this is why I was choosing 100,000 for myself to begin with, because I actually want to travel, and I actually want to be able to try new restaurants when they open up, or go out with my friends when they ask, or whatever. You know what I mean? Come back to yourself, come back to your center. Don't just, because it feels like that it is really, it feels very much like the possibilities are really out there, and stretching yourself a little and finding out what you're made of. I don't think that that's really a bad thing, but only you can decide that for yourself. I think you're capable of more than what you think you're capable of. And I also think that, like, other opportunities are gonna open up. Like, maybe you're gonna have an opportunity to make more money. You know what I mean? So there's just, it feels like a lot of things are changing, and it's like, it's just a really important thing to stay really grounded with yourself of, okay, here's why I made this decision. And I'm even seeing, like, writing it down so that you can remember all of the reasons why, you're choosing these things before, things just start opening up and you have the opportunity to sort of, I feel like, get carried away. Now, there's also some kind of relationship here. I feel like, there's someone coming in your life where there's insane chemistry, and where this is an opportunity for a new beginning. And it may be your first time getting back out there after a past relationship. I feel like this is being encouraged. Like, I feel this is also happening for a reason. You have this boundaries card here, and I feel like maybe from your past relationship or from your past relationships, boundaries have been an important focus, or something that you've really learned. And this isn't about being defensive. This isn't about not letting people in, or protecting yourself on that level. But it is about, I'm not going to overgive to this situation. I'm not going to be creating an imbalance here with codependency, or by, with whatever. And I'm not tolerating that from another person. It's like, the moment you start to feel something is imbalanced, pull back. Allow that person to balance it out. And if they don't balance it out, then no, okay, I need to really pay attention to this right here. But there is this thing where there's like an intense attraction, a lot of passion. And sometimes when we get in those relationships where there's a ton of attraction and it's a very exciting time, we can forget to really hold these boundaries. We can forget to really say, okay, you know what? I need you to reciprocate. I need for you to give equally. We tend to be like, wow, but this is so great. Like, it's not a big deal for me to do this, or it's not a big deal for me to do that. And it just feels like just, I don't know, like, make sure that things are staying balanced, regardless of what things they are. It feels like, and even like with the bank, if you're applying for a house and the bank's like, oh, come on, you can get 500,000, and they're like, here, let me set you up with a realtor, and the realtor's like, oh yeah, and takes you to look at $500,000 houses. It's like, have a strong boundary. Know when to say no for yourself and know when to say yes for yourself, and trust yourself on that. You know what I mean? I just really get that energy. And ask yourself, if you need a minute before you make up your mind, say, I need a minute. You're completely within your rights to think about something or to just sit with something before you go making a commitment, certainly. So it's just that kind of energy. Take what you need from this period of time. It's like it's about you, and you want to navigate this in your highest and best way. But I do feel that there is some kind of really fiery connection coming. I'm actually going to grab another deck because I did want to look at New Love and I feel it. So let me grab this deck. What can you tell us about this connection, please, Spirit? You have hand holding. Let's begin getting to know each other. I really like you. I want to commit. Proposal. Stimulating chats. Interested in getting to know another. What a feeling. I met someone I really like. This is definitely new love. There are cards in here that can be new or old, and this is definitely new. I feel like I think it's a new love that could be leading to a serious commitment here. And there's an energy of getting to know each other, taking things kind of slowly, hand holding, getting to know each other, having some really deep conversations and really beginning to understand each other. You have Deer, be kind to yourself and others. You have Fox, surprise others with favors. I actually feel like this is someone towards you. You have Dolphin, cooperate with others. And then you have Unicorn, use your imagination. So, okay, I feel, Pisces, there is a lot of opportunity here, and there is somebody new coming in, and I think it's okay to, kind of fantasize about it, as long as we're not diving into the expectations category, where we're starting to, develop expectations of someone or a relationship or where it's going to go or where it should go or how it should be. And if we just sort of let it unfold, but we can fantasize, we can visualize, we can, manifest. But I feel like this is where it says cooperate with others. I feel like it's an equal give and take. Make sure it stays an equal give and take. I feel like it's okay to, surprise the other person with something sweet or doing something kind for someone else. But make sure it's also reciprocal, make sure that, either they're doing it back or, in some way. It doesn't have to be exactly the same way, but make sure you're getting your needs met. In the beginning, we set up the give and take of a connection. We set up the like, this is who I am, this is who you are, this is, yeah. And it feels like in the past, in the beginning, you may have been able to, or you may have given a lot. Wow. Mm-hmm. All right. Some of you have been dealing with a fire sign. There's been some kind of blockage, some kind of delay. And I want to clarify this, and I'm just debating on what I want to clarify with. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but you do have the King of Wands and the Five of Wands. This is a lot of Leo energy. It feels a bit like you know the potential is there. Or you have felt the potential there all along, but it's like it just keeps getting blocked, or it just doesn't seem to be able to reach that potential. You have blind choices, which is someone who isn't really open to seeing things. And I feel like I think this is having to do with the delay here. I feel like, you may have been dealing with someone who either wasn't ready for a commitment or wasn't really free or able to really reciprocate in the past. And I feel like they were held down to something toxic here. This could have been them with them, or it could have been, another situation, another person, a family, a friend group, something toxic in their life, or some kind of toxic way of thinking or being that held them back, that made them sort of not, put up a blockage, or, not allow this to balance out into the 10 of cups before. This could have been a heart chakra blockage. This could have been external interference with friends, family. This could have been, a way of thinking. Yeah, you have anger on the bottom of the deck here, and it says anger may reside within, or they may be dealing with issues right now, or an imbalance. And you have the Six of Pentacles here. So this can be where somebody just was not able to show up for you, where they were not able to give in a balanced way to the situation. They were not able to reciprocate. And with the Five of Wands coming over the boundaries energy, this can have something to do with learning the lesson of boundaries. You may have tried to make up the difference between what this person was able to give and what would have balanced out the connection. It's like you may have been willing to meet them halfway, and then 75% of the way, and then maybe even gone 80%. And then it was like, they were like, I don't see it, I don't feel it, or they became overwhelmed by it because you were willing to do so much. And the reason they weren't really giving is because they weren't ready to show up for a long-term committed relationship, and it was sort of heading that way regardless of what they did or didn't do. And that's the thing about imbalanced things. The universe doesn't support them. The universe is like, oh, it's imbalanced. Okay, well, that cannot, it's not going to survive because it's imbalanced. And that's not practical. That's not, it goes against the laws of the universe. So you have somebody, I feel like, who wasn't ready or wasn't able to give, possibly because they were tied to something else or to someone else, or because they prioritized friends or family or a toxic way of thinking, or protecting a blockage within themselves from some unhealed wound over this connection or this relationship. But you saw the potential. You knew with the High Priestess here, this is your energy. And so you knew the potential of this connection. You saw like emotional contentment all over the place. You saw that, like, if this person could just step up and reciprocate and balance things out, then you were headed exactly to emotional contentment in a relationship. And I feel like this person saw that too. And I feel like they wanted it, but at the time they were tied to something else. They had something definitely going on within them, but I think it was also showing up outside the connection for most of you, or a lot of you. This may be getting a new chance as well. I have continuously written this line of, wow, I feel like you have a past person coming back, and I feel like there's a new person coming in. And when it rains, it pours, Pisces, so it could easily be. But anyway, you have something, whether it's this thing coming back around or whether it's this new thing, that it's like after a period of impasse where it's like we couldn't make progress in any direction, in a new direction or a past direction or any direction, we may have struggled to find someone who was capable of stepping up to the plate, in a relationship, period, which may have even turned our focus to the past person even more. But there's this energy of, okay, someone may be stepping into an energy where they're ready to be responsible, where they're ready to be loyal, where they're ready to experience emotional contentment, where they're ready to be very, very happy here, where they're ready to let go of this lower vibrational energy, and they're ready to step up. I am going to take one on this devil on the bottom of the deck, and I am going to take one on the anger on the other bottom of the deck here. Yeah. So this person really regrets their choices. And they may have felt stuck for a long time, where they may have felt like you weren't willing to forgive them, or like where you wouldn't be willing to see you wouldn't be willing to hear anything that they said. It's like in their mind they kept playing like, well, why would Pisces even listen to me after I just treated them that way, or after I just did that? And the devil with the 5 of Cups is a super heavy, low vibrational energy, bordering on depression, and also bordering on someone who's most comfortable in a depressive state, or in a state that is tied to toxicity on some level. I mean, this person is willingly keeping themselves here. Okay. So this may be something that they've grown used to because of a toxic situation in their past. Like if you grow up in a household where you're the scapegoat, or where there's abuse of some kind, or where people abandon people, or, people neglect people. I mean, which is like, I hate to say it, but I really do think that it's probably over 50% at this point in this world, like just judging from what I see around me. I just think that it's a pretty heavily prevalent energy, and that we're going to come into contact with people like this, even if you have a secure attachment, So there's this energy just of someone who, it's like when you have been in a toxic environment for a long time, you kind of almost are like married to it, because it does release chemicals in your brain that make you, it's like you start to feel normal only when those chemicals are released in your brain. So when something isn't toxic or isn't triggering you, it's like you almost don't really know how to respond. And we also, I'm getting with this devil and the 5 of Cups, somebody that has their vices. You know what I'm saying? They're sort of tied to a way of coping with something, or a way of dealing with something. And with that 5 of Wands energy, this could be, this could be, someone who like gets people to really become passionate about them, or, like have feelings for them. And when they know the person has feelings for them, they kind of bolt. And usually that's okay, because they don't have feelings back. But I do feel like with the 5 of Cups, this is someone that feels remorse and regret. So I think they definitely did have feelings in this situation, and it wasn't as easy. It wasn't a clean break like it had been in the past. Like it didn't work this time for them. Which may have even been divine intervention for them to wake up and sort of realize that this was how they were behaving in life, and like what this was getting them, and whether or not that's what they really wanted. Kind of a wake-up call kind of energy. But this person, I feel like this has been stuck for a while, because I feel like this person, it's like they're married to their vice. You know what I mean? They're like... it's kind of like someone who's like, I'm powerless to change it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just sort of stuck, and I don't see it another way, and I can't see it another way. And even if you were to come and say, well, what about this? Well, surely you can do this. Well, what about that? They're like, no. They're not even really open to hearing another way. This cycle is completing for this person, though. I do feel that. But whether or not, I mean, this feels like it's been a while. It feels like a long time. Let me clarify this anger. The devil. With the 3 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune and the 2 of Cups underneath it. this lower vibrational energy has really prevented this person from being able to share a vision with someone and make a plan and stick to it. It's like they they may want to do that, or they may talk about that, or they may promise that, but at the end of the day, they can't step up to actually do it because they're stuck. They're tied to something toxic here. And it is a way of thinking, and it is sort of a way of operating in life or navigating life. It is something that they have developed over time. And it's not something that they can just go, oh, I'm doing that. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to stop doing that. You know, this is something that has a profound effect on the way this person connects with other people or collaborates with other people. And it has a profound effect on their potential in a relationship. But I do feel that this person, there is this energy of really wanting to step into a higher energy when it comes to this relationship. It's like they do want to be responsible. They do want to be loyal. It's like they do want something different than what they have always experienced. And I think, Pisces, you probably with the High Priestess sensed that and hoped for that and saw the potential of that and probably tried to give and tried to stick around and tried to show them and tried to be there for them through it all. But, you know, not everyone really wants to heal. They may want the results of what they would get if they were healed, but they may not actually be wanting to go through the healing process. And, you know, we can't heal anybody else. They've got to make that choice for themselves. So it's definitely someone that at some point in the past they were not willing to see. They were not willing to open up to this. They were not really capable of sharing a vision and a plan and building something here. I do feel there is a change coming to this. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. You had the World card there. You do have the Two of Cups here. So there is this energy of like, I do value this relationship. If anything was going to make me change, if anybody was going to make me change my ways, it would be Pisces. It would be here. It would be this. It would be now. But Pisces, I truly feel like you also have someone new coming in, and it may be too late for this person. And they may also come in when it is too late for them. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, then they would have an excuse to not elevate. Like, well, I went back to Pisces, and Pisces was the love of my life, that, you know, Phantom X syndrome or whatever, you know, where they are like, oh, Pisces was the one that got away. Pisces was my true love. Now that I can't have Pisces because Pisces has gone a different direction, then, you know, I can't be in love, or I'll never be happy again. It just sort of feeds into their prophecy with their self. That's not your responsibility, and you shouldn't worry about it, but it kind of feels like that could really happen here. Although, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that was the Eight of Swords falling out in reverse. It sure was. With the Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. With a Page of Wands. I'm going to get some message cards. This Eight of Swords keeps coming out for you guys, and it keeps coming out, you know, upright and then in reverse, and it's definitely a message that's trying to come through. I'm just clarifying it. You've been getting the same cards over and over again. All right, Eight of Swords in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse. I'm clarifying it with message cards because it's swords. Those are thoughts and words. So this is either their thoughts or something that they want to say. My life is not as together as it seems. I want to feel that way again. I want to be more than friends. I feel you even though we are apart. I left you before you could leave me. They have a fear of abandonment. But it's like they really do want to choose this connection. They really do want. But it's like, are they getting over this fear of abandonment? Let me just ask, Spirit, are they getting over this fear of abandonment? Like, what is this? Like, please show us. Damn. All right. They can't see with that Four of Cups and the Nine of Cups. What that is talking about is we cannot love somebody else until we love ourselves. You know, we cannot, we are going to, we reject others the same way we reject ourselves. That's why when they say what other people think about you is none of your business, it's 1,000,000% true. And that is, I swear, that is a key to life. I feel like they should teach you that in the first grade. You know, what other people think of you is none of your business. It is a reflection of them and how they feel about themselves and how deeply they have met themselves and how deeply they are willing to meet themselves. And it's like this person's rejection, this person leaving you before that you could leave them, is a sense of, it's a form of them sort of rejecting themselves more than it is having anything to do with you. This person definitely sees you as their Ten of Pentacles. They see you as someone that they could share a life with and that they could have a long-term goal with. But, you know, if someone's been abandoned in their life, or someone has a fear that people don't stick around, or that, you know, everybody just leaves in the end, you know, and they see this as a long-term project where we're investing all of the time, and but they fundamentally have something in their core that tells them that they're not able to actually have this, then of course they're going to, you know, reject you before they get too deep in this, because it's going to challenge them. It's going to challenge them to meet themselves deeply. You cannot be in an intimate relationship with another person over the course of years without dealing with your own issues. You just can't. Because they're going to come out, and they're going to come out over and over and over again. And you're dealing with someone who has their own issues. You know what I mean? So it's like, it just gets exacerbated in a relationship. It just becomes like a deal breaker in a relationship. What you can live with you, you cannot live with in a partnership. You know, a partnership, part of a relationship's job is to hold a mirror up to us so that we can grow, so that we can expand, so that we can see these things ourselves. With the Sun card here, though, there is this energy of healing. There is this energy of having clarity. And there is this energy of, you know, really wanting to be happy and really wanting to have this and really, you know, wanting to overcome it. And so, you know, I do think this person is trying to find a way to be emotionally content, them with them, so that they can share in a partnership, so that they can, you know, build this, so they can trust the situation to really invest in it. Yeah, they're working on their wounding. And they're working on it because they feel that you are the one. They hold you over all other people. They may have experienced a kind of happiness with you that they didn't experience with anybody else. I mean, I say this, you know, and I'm not trying to blow sunshine up your rear. I'm just telling you, Pisces loving is different. And I think you guys know that. It is like a little bit of magic sprinkled in, you know? I've been incredibly lucky in my life to have a lot of Pisces close to me, and I wouldn't trade it for the entire world. But I do feel like this person experienced enough of what you had to offer to kind of know the value of it. And I think it is putting this person into this energy of being willing to look at something that they have not been willing to look at in the past, and been willing to like put some work in on something that they haven't been put in the past. It feels like someone who's trying to find a way to be successful in love after heartbreak or after wounding, or, you know, trying to really master themselves so that they stop sabotaging. And that comes through the healing process, is what it really looks like. And I feel like they have put you a bit on a pedestal, Pisces. And they do see you as the one and only. They see you as someone that no one else can kind of touch for them. Hmm. You guys keep getting Temperance. See, this person's been afraid of commitment. Again, Leo energy all over the place. You also have Sagittarius, Leo. You have the Three of Wands, the Strength card, the Nine of Swords, and the Four of Wands. You know, this person is really trying to overcome their fear. They're trying to overcome the things that they sit and think about at night that sort of keep them at this position of a distance, planning, strategizing, you know, watching, waiting, but not taking action. It's because of fear. It's because of these things that keep them up at night and keep them worrying and keep them in a state of, you know, either telling themselves or believing that things don't work out or that things, you know, it's there. I want marriage. I want a partner. I want someone to share life with, but nothing terrifies me more than that. And so it's how do I overcome the fear in order to experience this because I want this. And I've been standing here watching and waiting. This is the Three of Wands. The Empress that we saw on the bottom of the deck before this is the 3. It's like I'm standing here watching, waiting, looking at my Empress and the distance that is between us. And I'm planning and strategizing, like, how do I cross that distance? How do I bring this ship into shore? You know what I mean? How do I make this happen? And it's like they're realizing I have to overcome this within myself before I can have this. And that's why they have been really working here on their wounding. With Temperance on top of that, like, holy moly, this person is really doing the work to balance out and to heal, so that they can come together, so that they can experience this 10 of Pentacles that we see here. Now, under this 10 of Pentacles, we have this King of Swords. I feel like, you know, this person, yeah, they want to have a conversation. They're waiting for the right time. They want to come in. They want to take charge. They want to say something. They want to, I feel like the energy of reveal something, bring clarity to a situation, begin to bring healing to a situation by owning and taking accountability for their actions, for their thoughts, and for their words. The 10 of Pentacles here is just, again, with the Four of Wands especially, I mean, obviously this is a deep soul connection, but beyond that, this person really sees a long-term future with you. And I feel like, you know, with the King of Swords, he's somebody that wants to do something the right way. So it's like he wants to be sure about, and when I say he, this can also be she. Gender is nothing. The king is just, this is someone that's going to take action on this energy. So it more so than it is gender. But it's like they want to know that when they come forward to speak, they have the courage of their convictions, that this isn't just them walking in and talking and not having anything to back it up, or, you know, wishful thinking kind of energy of like, well, I'll come in and say that and I'll try it and I'll see if I can do it. No, this is someone that's coming in like, okay, here's what I've done. Here's why it didn't work the first time. Here's why I acted that way, because I had this unhealed wound and I had a fear of rejection. So I left you before you could leave me, but I really didn't want to leave you. So it made me think, why did I do that if that's not what I wanted? And in fact, what I wanted was a long-term commitment. Then why would I have sabotaged it like that? And this is what I found. I found that, you know what, I couldn't really love you and I couldn't really show up for you until I showed up for myself. And so that's what I've been working on, and that's what I've been trying to achieve in this time that we've been in separation. But now I feel like it's a good time for us to kind of bring this back together. I feel like I have healed. I feel like I have transformed on some level. You can see Temperance has butterflies all over her gown here. You know, I have opened myself up to this process, and I am more balanced, I'm more grounded, I'm more centered. And I think that I'm someone that's a lot more deserving of someone to come together with, or a lot more, able to show up for someone who, comes together with me at this time or this point in my life. I do just want to ask briefly about this new person. With new energy, a lot of times it's harder because, the energy isn't as cemented. So, all right, guys, I just grabbed a couple decks. I'm going to grab some letters in case you have some idea of who the new person may be, or when the new person comes. Sometimes words will come out as well. So you might have some indication of where you might meet this person, who they might be to you, what might happen here. But there's definitely a lot of energy around a new person. You have K, P, M, K, a lot of K here, S, ROW. Ugh, that makes me feel like sorrow. P, Z, and S. I'm getting like you reap what you sow here. I'm getting Mo, somebody like work, WORK. I keep getting size. I don't know what that is. Prom. I don't know. I'm getting crow, even though it's a K. Okay, so you guys take that as it resonates. I don't know why I grabbed this deck. I can't even think of what this deck really is. But we're gonna take cards from it because I did. Oh my gosh. First of all, you're getting self-love. Keep making moves. Follow your dreams. Build it. Makes you more attractive. You're secure to love. Open your heart to give and receive love. Okay. I love you. Trust your inner voice. My love grows stronger as we're apart. I loved you before I had a body. Very soon we will be together with my love. You guys, it's so hard for me to read some of these cards, especially when it's like white on white. My eyes are not that good anymore. Okay, you have this on the bottom of the deck, forgiveness. Just because you forgive doesn't mean you forget. Trust the process. This, I think, is more like about opening up to new love or being able to accept it. Sometimes we have to really, come to a place of peace and acceptance with the past before we're ready to open up and allow someone else in. So I'm just getting that type of messaging from that. And then I grabbed this. It's a masculine archetype, but, gender is not that important. Okay, can you give me another? Wow, okay. You have tests and trials coming out, and then you have crossing the threshold, which I feel like this is where you're at. You've been through the tests and the trials. You're going through this portal. Here you have the reward. You have an entitled prince energy. Can I get something else? Okay, you have a wizard energy. You have returning home, wizard, and teacher. And then you have sovereign. So, okay, I feel like something that was a big problem with this connection, the past connection that you had, was that there was outside interference, or there was somebody that was allowing other people to really heavily influence the decisions they made or the direction that they took. With this sovereign, you're definitely dealing with someone who makes their own decisions. Here, this new person, you know, with the wizard, this energy, I feel like it's more of a creative energy, or someone who's more kind of tapped into the spiritual realms, or someone who's more accepting of like really big ideas or really big concepts, or they may not just go with the kind of the standard, or the like, they're a little bit unusual. The entitled prince, you know, unfortunately, like with this energy, I do feel an energy of someone who has a lot of money, who hasn't maybe necessarily totally been challenged a lot. But I feel like this connection will challenge this person a bit. And I feel like, you know, again, I keep getting this, don't get swept up in like super high energy, or like the $500,000 house like we were talking about before. This is like, stay really grounded and get what you need. You know, like people will always take if you're willing to give. So make sure that you're giving people space to also give to you, you know, to balance those scales. It's always about keeping the scales in balance. I'm a Libra, just ask me, you know. And then you have this teacher energy, which I feel like may literally be like some kind of teacher or a professor, or something like that. Or this could even be a student, I'm getting, even though it's a teacher energy. You know how when people are really passionate about what they're learning and they talk about it a lot, and they're like, it's almost like they're teaching you something about what they're learning, kind of an energy. Or like it's someone who's really passionate about what they're studying, to be like wanting to talk about it outside of that space. All right, Pisces, this is what I have for that. Now let me get you some message cards. All right, if you're dealing with a water sign, you're getting confident. Our connection will never be broken. I've been drinking more than I should lately. Try to think of this as a very long vacation away. And you always knew how to make me laugh. If you're dealing with a fire sign, whoa. If you're dealing with a fire sign, they want to talk. There's a lot of cards just flying out. There's something so mysterious about you. Being apart has opened my eyes to many things I couldn't see before. Returning, don't be upset with me. I'm coming back. I see your name in random places and things. I've been in severe distress about you. Call. I've been needing to hear your ringtone. One of us just has to pick up the phone. I feel like this person is going to be reaching out to you very soon. Okay, if you're dealing with an earth sign, I want us to build our empires even in separation. I wish I could just forget about all this. I try to reach out, but I end up getting panic attacks. Lost. I feel lost without my other half. And as time goes by, I wonder if you actually existed. And then with an air sign, excuses. I keep coming up with excuses on why I shouldn't reach out. Divine timing is driving me crazy. There's so much for us to experience. Please don't be upset with me. Even though we aren't together, I still feel like you're right next to me. I miss our flirtatious messaging. All right, Pisces. Well, I hope this helps. I hope this brought you some peace and clarity. If it did, let me know, definitely. Just send, comment, like, share, comment, subscribe. Guys, like 60% of the people that regularly watch my videos are not subscribed. I would deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate it if you would just hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel and it helps my videos to circulate, and I would really, really, really appreciate it. All right, until next time, guys, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.